let's welcome Opal Lee. Buenas tardes. Opal
Bu-
Lee, how are you?
Buenas tardes, señor, and Happy New Year.
Well, not only you will have to teach me the Spanish, but you will have to teach me how to roll that R. When I was younger, I had a problem pronouncing my R's. Now, I have not learned how to roll that R. You just simply roll it so effortlessly. I would almost say that you're. Oh, I just forget. Probably you're from Spanish Town. That's why I know this Spanish.
That could
How
be
you
it,
know?
or I've been traveling to all these Spanish countries. Maybe
Can you
that's what it
imagine?
is too.
Yes, you should probably tell us more about that. We didn't get to talk much about your cruise.
Yes, it was
How's
very
that
lovely.
going? And if for Jamaica, how can we benefit? And I'm sure some listeners would probably want to get on a cruise. Tell us more about that.
Well, yes, Vernon, because some people they even have that cruise where you could live on the cruise for for 365 days, so even for a year. They even have the 3 year one where they're saying it's even cheaper for some people than staying home and paying rent or lease because it's cheaper to actually be on the boat for all that 3 years.
Really?
But and you're seeing how many over 50 countries they're saying or over 100 countries. So because they stop at different ports. So
Yes,
that would be
yes.
a good way for you. But for this one, I just went on a 8 nights cruise. Went to Puerto Rico,
Mm,
um, went to Dominica Republic, and Saint Croix. That's the U.S. Virgin Islands.
right.
And so but it was still cold though. I mean, the whole trip, I think I will never take another Caribbean cruise in the winter time
Hmm.
because it was still a bit chilly. So I think I'll save that for the summer. And if I really want the cold thing, I will do the European trips in the
Hmm.
cold weather. Because I'm thinking, okay, come on now, we're going to the Caribbean, St. Croix and Dominica Republic. Why is it still cold there? And Bimini, a part of the Bahamas, was really good. It was really lovely.
Oh,
And the
Bahamas
cruise,
is really a beautiful place, especially that hotel, the Atlantis.
Atlantis. I know you said you keep saying that you want to go there. Bimini
No,
is
I've been there,
really, really
not to stay there, but I've seen where it's so built that I don't know it's done, but when you go into that area in the hotel there, you can see the fish swimming around. I don't know how it's
wow.
done. It is just unbelievable. It's beautiful. And of course, just the sea, the colors, the various colors of the sea in the Bahamas, it's something. Of course, I love we call it, I think they call it sauce. They make it from conch. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I know they're very popular for con. But listen, I was just amazed when I saw how clean and blue and clear the water was
Yes.
In Bimini,
Yes.
Bahamas. I was
Beautiful.
like, wow, I just stood there and I was amazed by it. It's really, really gorgeous, really beautiful.
But let me ask you, what are the immigration requirements? If you're going from country to country, do you have to have visas or how it works? What experience did you have when you're
Right.
going
So
to
I think
these?
it will be easier it's definitely always easier for US citizens, but because their passports is accepted
Yes, yes.
in so many places.
Oh,
But
yes, yes, yes.
exactly. So for these places though that you're doing, like I think for Jamaicans, it shouldn't be a problem if it's just that to land in Miami because the one that I took departed from Miami. So of course you're
Yes.
gonna need to have that US passport for the Miami leg. But other than that, if you're on it, I don't think for the other countries it was that you're able to, even for Jamaicans, they're able to do certain cruises. It's
Hmm.
just the US one that's going to be a problem if you're going to be landing
But
in the US.
if you're on the ship and you don't get off, then
Correct.
even though you'll be in the country because you're probably on the shore.
That would be fine. That would be fine if they will allow
Okay.
you to go on. Exactly. So it all depends on the criteria where you are boarding
Hmm.
the ship, if they will permit it. And because the thing that I've ever poured, people normally just get off. So I'm wondering, I was thinking about that too, Vernon, because I'm thinking, are they going to allow certain people and tell certain people, sorry, you can't come off, you have to stay on the ship until
Yes.
the next port.
Hmm.
So I was wondering about that part too.
But then more than likely they have information on everybody, so they know exactly who's on the ship. because they do that with the planes. A lot of persons don't realize that when you get on a plane, before that they transmit the information on all the passengers to the next
Exactly.
port. So they would know exactly who is on that boat. Well, unless of course if it's a plane, you found yourself in the wheel well.
It's true, and I
Um,
think that's how they even know when somebody is not is dropped, falls off board. I'm wondering if there's something around the ships to let them know like somebody has fallen overboard, or is it like someone literally have to see you falling overboard? Because
yes,
you've been seeing it recently. How many people have been falling, you know, overboard? And I'm wondering how that happens because I was very, very careful. But I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how did this even happen? Because with everything that was in place, I would literally have to really jump or something to be able to go overboard because the protective barriers that were in place.
yes, that are in place, right?
Yeah, but
They
I had
probably
an
have
amazing
sense. They
time.
probably have sensors. So I don't know. That is
But
something. Yes.
one thing though, Vernon, and even the cruise mates, they were tired of me asking. I said, listen, you guys don't even have one Jamaican working on this cruise ship? And they did not even have one. So I missed my Jamaican food. Like for example, I've traveled on Royal Caribbean before, and I was able to see a lot of Jamaicans there. And they
Yes.
give me my little escovitch fish and sitting and I think they cook up the little ackee and salvage in the back there. And I know I make friends with them and
Ah,
get a little some
ah.
starters.
Why you sit there? You can't get it from the Jamaican spirit there. Make
Yes,
your little friend
but
and
I
so
did
on.
not get it on this one. I
Yeah.
did not get it on this one. There was no. I was surprised. There were
Yes.
no Jamaicans on this cruise ship, and I was really surprised about that because usually Jamaican normally said if it's water, them into it, they're normally into
Right
it
for egg with the red.
in the red. But I did not see it. So egg and bacon would have killed me every morning. No Jamaican
And
breakfast.
that's unusual because Jamaicans, they're getting involved. We have the Maritime Institute, and we have
Mm-hmm.
Heart, which they train persons to be chefs and so on. And I do know quite a few. Probably Jamaicans are not aware of the possibilities. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have a talk with the Minister of Labour and Social Security to see to what extent we are pursuing that, because I'm sure they'll be happy to have persons from Jamaica and other Caribbean islands. Um, it is possible they will end up paying them less, so you never can tell.
All the workers were immigrants from different places. I don't think there were any American workers on any of these cruise
Ah,
ships. They were all from different countries.
figure as
Yes.
much, yes,
Yeah,
because
but I
they'll
just
be.
didn't see any Jamaicans.
I just get the feeling that Jamaicans are not aware that there are opportunities there. So I'm going to be talking to the Minister of Labour about that. But let me tell you something. On another matter, and we've been on it for years. But Opal, it still continues. I really don't know what to do. You're talking about students who are educated, who are supposed to be aware of what is happening. You hope that they listen to programs like this one. But
Hmm.
yet, students still continue to go to organizations that are not registered. They pay large sums of money, and I pay to you, though you don't deserve it.
Hmm. True. How true.
And the next thing you know, there's no work, there's no visa, and the pockets end up being empty. It is just amazing. I don't know why parents don't inform their students, the institutions don't tell them, and it continues. I remember
Wow.
speaking to a student, who was going to do it. I said, don't do it. And they just said to me, they're going to give it a try. I said, what do you do? At my age, I've been around, I've seen it all. And you're trying to guide them, they're not listening. Well, I offer them money. So we
Hmm.
had we have been having some cases, and so sometimes it's difficult to prosecute these persons because sometimes the person who's employed is just a front. I
Hmm.
heard of one case where the person who was running the place was living overseas. Let's have somebody out here employed in the office. So that person does not have a clue. What do you say
Wow.
to these people for the umpteenth time?
Wow.
I don't know what to do. Well, we only have about 3 more minutes, and if you have any final point to make, and then you tell us how we can make contact with you.
All right. So I know, come January 20th, there will be a new sheriff in town. I know there's been a lot of
Da da dum
crackdowns
bum
right
bum.
now, yes, with immigration, a lot of deportations. We've seen an influx in that. They're doing a lot of raids, even in California. By the way, you saw that fire blazing
Yes, and I know
across
a
in
Jamaican
California
lost
too.
her home. Yes.
Wow, wow.
Hmm.
So yeah, and they're doing a lot of deportation. So, just have to be mindful about that. And one
Yes.
major thing is that even for small crimes, even for petty offenses, we're talking about
Hmm.
speeding, even speeding tickets or even a petty offense, petty theft, they've now changed the laws where it's passed the House and it's going over to the Senate now, where they're saying that they would, place you in removal for that, or you might be subject to mandatory detention, but we could talk about that as it unfolds.
Right.
So it's Opal Lee. The phone number in Jamaica
Hmm.
is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it is 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. Or you may visit our website, www.flowjamlegal.com. Thanks as always, Vernon, and have yourself a great rest of the afternoon.
I just want to remind our listeners that you're not only a U.S. immigration attorney, but you're also a realtor, and
In Jamaica, correct.
I've read in Jamaica. And I want to remind my friends that you have always told us that when you're in the states illegally and you have probably committed offense or so on, not only get a give me a criminal lawyer.
A
Oh,
criminal lawyer.
oh boy, not get a lawyer who specializes in criminal matters, but also make sure you get an immigration lawyer. Thank you very much, Opal Lee. Have a wonderful day. Until next week, we do it all over again.
Thank you, Vernon.